Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great honor to be here today and to hold this speech in front of you. My name is Visar Ramajli, and I love Kosovo. I was raised in a family that harvested in me the three fundamental things: honor, trust, and respect for others. These fundamental things have powered my way of life and also govern my future as well. I have founded about 10 companies till now. 5 of them still exist, and I think this is quite a good number in terms of business. I am a father of 3 boys, and I'm very honored to have a very supported wife, which is sitting over here with me today. Thank you. Before things start to get emotional and become potentially a little bit funny, I will be speaking today about perceived image of our country. Post-war transitions are never an easy process, and many things have been done in a positive way, but there are a lot of that could have been done in a better way. But unfortunately, now we have only the future to change it. 18 years ago, we were in war, a war which was followed by all news agencies around the world. Unfortunately, even today, after 18 years, when I travel to another country and I meet people that never visited Kosovo, I get the same question asked. Oh, you are from Kosovo? Is it still the war there? Is it safe? And every time I have to make the same explanations to them that no, the war is over a long time ago, and nevertheless, now Kosovo is a safe place, and even statistically speaking, it is even safer than many other countries, including even some in European Union. And I believe, my fellow friends, also you have the same thing or the same experience with you traveling. The notion of perception is that it is the reality itself. But it all depends how we see and look at this reality. And what I could get from the people that I met in foreign countries about the picture and how they picture Kosovo, I tried to get some picture last night in internet and try to visualize the way how they think. So I'm going to show you some of them. So basically, war, exode, political instability, actually this is not from Kosovo, but in any case he's a dangerous guy, so he has to have a tie there. But on the other side, we ourselves see it differently, and we perceive our country differently, and we also show it differently to those people. And basically, this is the image that we tend to kind of what we perceive and how we see it, and how we also talk to people about it. Country branding identity. Now, most of you have heard about the corporate brand identity. This is quite a term used in the business community. All companies try to present themselves as good as possible, And so their products and services reflect quality, reliability, and the company in general reflects that it's trustworthy. Some countries have applied the same concept on a country level. So they can present the country better and also change the perception of the country. Because we are not the only one, it seems, that in the world that needs perception change. Personally, I totally agree with this concept, and I really think that we need to do something on that regard. Even though in Kosovo we had our government trying to deal with branding, and most of you, if you are aware, there was a campaign held, and it was called the Young Europeans. And I searched last night on internet, and I found the video clip, which is actually one of the best ever made for Kosovo or in Kosovo. I really like it. But one thing that really struck me is the number of views. So basically we're talking about 199,000 views in total of this video clip in YouTube. Now this number may not be that much relevant to the campaign impact, because it was also shown in TV, but this shows a lot for me. And then we have individuals from Kosovo. And last night I saw that Era Isrefi, with her song Bon Bon, actually reached 451 million views. For me, this tells a lot. It shows that the power of branding the identity of a country relies with individuals and their actions, actually. And not with the government executed campaigns. So, and results is evident. We are all responsible for our country's branding, and our individual actions shape the identity of our country. It is our duty and responsibility as a citizen of this country to do what is best and what is right as well, if we want to tailor the perception of our country. We all play a very vital role and a very important role in this. So every single individual. Warren Buffett had a very nice quote. He said that the reputation is built in 20 years, and it takes 20 years actually to build a reputation, and you lose it only in 5 minutes. So if we think about that, we will have to do things differently. And definitely for us, doing things differently means starting with it right now. In 2012, I decided to take another path of doing business. A path that will take me into a very nice country, Netherlands. Up till that point, we were doing business with local partnerships and so on, and it was the first time that we have contacted a potential partner in the Netherlands, and the first contact was through an email sent to them. And we had a response, and we wanted to schedule a face-to-face meeting. So basically, knowing that most of the people that never visited Kosovo had bad reputation for Kosovo, I wanted to invite Mr. Robert Kwakman, who is now our partner, to actually visit Kosovo as a first visit. And of course, the response was very quick. He said, no, I'm not coming into Kosovo. So the first meeting definitely should take place in Volendam, which is a town about 22 kilometers from Amsterdam. And the meeting was held, and we started presenting how perfect Kosovo is in terms of the taxing system, in terms of operational cost. And nevertheless, we mentioned a very interesting parameter that 70% of our population is under 35 years of age. And unfortunately, I'm on the other side now. So in any case, what struck him is that Robert started, scratching his head, and he said, "How come?" I mean, and really, I didn't know the answer why we have this kind of proportion. But on the other hand, knowing the perception that he might have for our country, I had to say to him that, "Look, Robert, don't worry, we haven't killed them." So the elders are there, but it's something else. So basically, that was a very nice icebreaker into the discussion and into the whole meeting as well. The meeting was concluded with a dinner, and at the end of that particular dinner, at the same night, we shook hands in an Albanian way and said to each other, "Yes, we will pursue the opportunity to do business together in Kosovo." At that time, I realized that an initial trust was settled. And this is a very important stuff. The next meeting was in Kosovo scheduled. And one of the team members from the Netherlands told me that his wife was searching to buy a bulletproof vest for him. And basically, she couldn't find one because she wanted for her husband to take it with him. The guy that I'm talking about is the guy in the middle, and it's called Simon. He's an extrusion, Simon Cross. He's an extrusion operator with within our company. And what is interesting is the same guy 1 year after took 10 days of his holiday to come in Kosovo and stay with his local friends from Kačanik and enjoy his holidays for 10 days here. So he liked it very much, basically. We had to go through a thorough planning for about a year, and in about 5 months we built the factory jointly with our partners from the Netherlands. Many partnerships fail, and usually when there are cultural differences, that's even more often. But in our case, we were trusted, and we were working based on trust, honesty, and this are the main ingredient in our case that kept the whole partnership running without any misunderstanding. So, because disputes, it's not even a word that we ever used in communication. As a young entrepreneur, well, from the 30%, not the 70% actually, but still considered myself as young, I never would have thought that that my initiatives and actions will have a significant impact in the community. And also, I would never think that my main motive of doing business will be people. Today, I'm happy that I'm doing my job for benefit of all. This fulfills me and as well creates perspective for the others. I see the effect of our company in our personnel every day, and I'm very happy what we have achieved. In Kačanik, where is the factory located, it is a very bad situation. unemployment very high, people joining also radical movements. Nevertheless, leaving country is one of the key options for all the people over there. And I want to share that within 2.5 months, we had 14 employees getting married. It's not the case that they were getting married because they are employed by us. But what is important is that 11 of them could have afforded having a celebration just because they have a steady job and they have a steady income and they could finance it. There are others who have made renovation in their houses. Others who have also started university because this was impossible for them without a job to keep up with the university. Many of them also spent time in Netherlands, and they also learned a lot and gained a big knowledge. And there was quite a good cultural exchange between people that we send, and as well people from Volendam. And nevertheless, most importantly, we managed to contribute a lot to the local community by supporting many activities such as sport, culture, and even environmental organizations. This is in terms of sport. Yeah. The guy who you see on the left is Erwin Postwar. He's our chief technician who's coming every month here in Kačanik. And nevertheless, he was a coach there, so he uses his spare time every single night that he is there to teach young to play football. This is something that I want to share with you quickly as well. I know that I'm almost at the end of the time. I said to Robert, why don't you bring your friends one day? I mean, bring your friends and let's have. It's not only the guys who are coming for business, but bring your friends over. And then this is what he did. He calls me one time in the summertime and says, "Okay, Visar, I'm coming." And I thought that it's going to be 1, 2 people, maximum 3 people, but he really brought the whole friends together. So we had to deal with all of them and going through the whole different cultural events, and nevertheless also the nightlife. Yeah, and this is all of them returning safe and sound. Yeah, a very important thing. So thank you very much for listening to me. It was a pleasure.